For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never, ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crying in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
I hope you have not forgotten that it was just earlier this week that a mother of 3 was gunned down on her way to a home at Corinth. Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of the world's most monitored talk show. It is called NewsSpin on Power 97.9 FM. The broadcast is also on the NewsSpin Facebook page as well as the NewsSpin YouTube channel. I see it's growing. Continue to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. And of course, I'll be hearing from you later at 452-2979, 452-2979, and your WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. Amanda is here today. She has graced us with her presence, and therefore she'll be going through some of your comments in the chat room. Why would I say to you, I hope that we have not forgotten that a mother, her name is Alana Bernard, was gunned down this week. Mother of 3 children. It's primarily because we have a tendency to forget very quickly. Valerie Lord, we have forgotten about Felinda Joseph. We have forgotten about a whole host of people who have lost their lives in very tragic circumstances. And unfortunately, in most of those instances, apparently, investigations are still ongoing. And we have consistently failed, and somebody just put there in the chat room, Trisha Dennis, to hold our governments accountable. We have had during that period under review so many prime ministers. We have attorneys general, ministers with responsibility for national security. Some cases we have recycled those individuals. And we're experiencing the same problems. If not, the situation continues to deteriorate. And we have not found it within ourselves to say enough is enough as far as the repetition of errors is concerned. As far as us not recording any kind of significant improvement, even if a smidgen of an improvement would do in such a scenario. It was only yesterday we highlighted the fact that it is understandable, as was done during Wednesday's program, for a particular caller to say, I would like to extend condolences to the people of St. Lucia in advance, because it is a question of when and who will be the next victim. We have a commentary extracted from yesterday's NewsSpin program. A caller said that basically nothing will come out of the hue and cry and the lamentation we are hearing because of this slaughtering of the 27-year-old Alana Bernard. Because we have been doing it for so long now. It's a way of life now. We call NewsSpin, we raise our voices, we quarrel, we see how this incident is shocking and it has sent shockwaves throughout the society. And from time to time you hear a government minister sympathizing with the family of the victims. What's next? And this, the so-called sadness that we make reference to, it does not permeate through the society. It is not palpable. It is not widespread. If you listen to the various radio stations, just move on to another issue. I guess the big thing today is all about what? Valentine's Day. But let us not lose sight of life in St. Lucia and how it does not mean much, and how somebody being gunned down, whether it's a mother of three, an elderly, an infant, it has not resonated sufficiently with the authorities to want to do anything significant about that problem, to want to tackle it head on. And you can't blame them, you know. You can't blame the National Security Minister or the Prime Minister or the Crime Prevention Minister, the other MPs, the police, if they have already moved on from this tragic incident which occurred earlier this week. We have to blame ourselves. This inertia that is taking place, that is in existence in this country as far as wanting to seriously tackle crime and those problems that are plaguing the people, we have to blame ourselves. And once again, let's listen to this commentary which was aired yesterday during our program.
Pardon me, Tim, if I am not moved and less than impressed by our pseudo-moral high ground, our full outrage, which is more hypocrisy than milk of human kindness. Don't call for justice because there will be none, and don't demand change and justice because you know all too well that you as St. Lucians don't really mean it because you are not prepared to do what it takes to get justice. And this is how many now? Such shootings in the city? And if the recent videos from Christmas list tell us anything, they warn us that things are about to get worse. Without evidence-based decisive actions from the individuals elected and appointed to keep us safe, this is the beginning of a new order in St. Lucia. We are watching a huge fetid pot gurgling, bubbling, and preparing to boil over. And none of us, not even our leaders, will be safe from the monsters that we have created, fed, and tolerated. Most of us are more happy that this recent murder was not a friend or a family member, or worse yet, us. We are thus less outraged by the actual animal-like treatment of yet another damn proud Lucian. Remember the toddler from Viewfort, whose innocence was blasted away by multiple high-caliber rounds, so much so that his young body looked no different than that of a slaughtered animal hanging in one of the makeshift roadside butcher houses? Remember Kimberly De Leon, the young woman who was blasted to death in the relative safety of her own home while she slept, and whose children still have no idea who and how it came to be that their mother exists now only in their traumatized memories? Even our homes are no longer safe, even though we all live in prisons of our own making, and burglar bars are painted brightly so that they don't look like the prison bars they really are. Remember the countless other grandmothers, sons, friends, boyfriends, husbands, fathers, daughters, brothers, sisters, fellow damn proud Lucians, whose grisly deaths are the stuff of legends of last year and the year before? Legends because, like murder, we talk a bunch of self-moralizing, highfalutin BS, knowing all too well that we have grown used to this, and that this is now our status quo, and that we are comfortable with the discomfort and the trauma of life in sweet St. Lucia, and that we will defend it with mental and verbal gymnastics that will make world-class gymnast Simone Biles blush. But what should be done, you ask? Who should we look to, you ask? Where should the answers come from? And I say instead, stop asking questions, you coward, you hypocrite. When you are hungry, you know exactly what to do. When you are uncomfortable, you know exactly where to go. When you require better, you know exactly how to improve your situation. UWP will not save you, and SLP will not save you. Nobody is coming to save you. It will take some damn proud Lucians to save St. Lucia. So what needs to happen? This new grisly reality, whether it be crime, healthcare, corruption in public office or otherwise, damn proud Lucians have to first become uncomfortable with it. It has to not feel normal or an acceptable reality for damn proud Lucians. We have to see ourselves in each victim's face and story and truly believe that the next bullet has your name on it, that the next victim story is yours, the next preventable medical death is yours, and the next denied opportunity is you. Then you will know exactly what needs to be done. Then, as a damn proud Lucian, you will muster the courage to do exactly what needs to be done.
And this was extracted from yesterday's NewsSpin program. We would like to thank the contributor very much. Alana's relatives very much mourning that tremendous loss. And we have a report that was aired this week by DBS's Zane Romulus.
The family of Alana Bernard has been plunged into mourning after she was mercilessly gunned down on her way home from work. Her mother recalls that she had only minutes before gotten off the phone with her daughter before the tragic incident unfolded.
She had just called me to tell me go and pick up the baby for her in the daycare, Marysil. She came from work early and she was just close to her home. When I reach, I see how much vehicle there, ambulance. I see people. When I pass a security in the supermarket, say, look her mother. When I reach high up, I see my daughter on the floor.
Reports indicate that the perpetrator had been waiting for her as she walked up the street to her current family home, where two of her children eagerly awaited her arrival. She would never make it to the house, which lies just meters away.
Some eyewitness that see the scene said The car turned there, then the car come down and shot my daughter once. And after she fell, they give her another 3 bullets on the floor there again.
The 27-year-old mother was killed a day before her court appearance. 2 years ago, she was reportedly sexually assaulted, and the suspect remains on remand.
She had to go to court back because that happened 2 years ago. I don't know why they come back behind her.
According to her loved ones, Alana was known for her vibrant spirit and fun-loving personality. She had only 2 days before her demise celebrated her 27th birthday.
She's a nice girl. She had no trouble with nobody.
She's a good person. Even if she have her ways, but she really good. She was my only company.
Alana left behind 3 young children, an 8-year-old and 5-year-old daughter, and an 11-month-old son. According to relatives, Alana went above and beyond for her children and was in the process of preparing to celebrate the birthdays of her youngest and second child in March. Her children now have to grow up without their mother. Alana's mother has called for the harshest penalty under the law for her daughter's killer.
It's time for them to hang them. So they will stop. Try and do something, hang them for you to see if it will go wrong. Even though you do that, yes, government trying to do everything and it's the same thing.
The fatal shooting has sparked national outrage and sorrow, with many calling for swift justice. One community member decried the current state of lawlessness in the society.
We hear shots all the time. It is just so scary. People have a lot of anger. They carry a lot of anger, a lot of hatred. You have to be careful. What do you say? How do you talk to people? How do you say things? What do you say to people? You in a bus, maybe, or another public place, and somebody sits and squeezes you. You have to keep quiet. Because what tone should you speak? What do you say? Because it's almost as if you have no right.
Crime Prevention Minister Jeremiah Norbert joined opposition leader Alan Chasney in expressing sorrow over the tragic incident. Norbert urged members of the public with any information about the incident to share it with the police.
This heinous act has not only devastated a family, but has also shaken our entire community and our country. I extend my heartfelt condolences to the family of the bereaved and friends during this unimaginably difficult time. Such acts of violence are utterly unacceptable, and they have absolutely no place in our society. I want to assure the public that we are working closely with law enforcement agencies to ensure that those responsible are brought to justice swiftly. We are committed to implementing comprehensive strategies to prevent such tragedies in the future, including strengthening community policing and promoting public awareness about crime prevention. We are also providing support services for vulnerable individuals.
Police, meanwhile, have launched an investigation into the slaying of Alana Bernard. For the DBS News World, Zane Romulus reporting.
Thank you very much, Zane, for this report. It was filed earlier this week and aired during the DBS News World. We expect both men and women to come together and to fight the many problems facing the citizens of this country. But on such an occasion, when a woman has been gunned down, leaving 3 children behind, you expect that would give the women leaders in this country the motivation to come forward and to act in unison and to raise their voices and to speak loudly and to demand that those whose responsibility it is to protect the lives of our women and men, but in this case, let's focus on our women, to really do what is expected of them, what they are being paid to do. I could call out some names, but I won't. And you wonder why there is this necessity, especially in such circumstances, to elect females to high positions in our country and to make them government ministers. Does it really make sense to have a female as gender relations minister? Up to now, not a word from that particular individual. Because it does not make sense. What is there to gain politically? Why do you have women in leadership positions in our country and they cannot represent other women like themselves? Sounds like a waste of time. You women do not stand out. Let's deviate for a moment. Yesterday as well on this broadcast, there's this discussion about what is expected of a 25-year-old, how he should respond to the behavior of a 60-year-old. And this would have been the result of comments that were made by my guest on Wednesday's News Make Alive program. But before that, again we turn our attention to a DBS report by Zane and focusing on certain statements that were made and that has been taken umbrage by sections of the society, including the Council for the Disabled and a certain politician.
He wanted to run since 2011 for Flabo. And after you left, I told Angel, mate not even from here. Mate look like he fighting autism and dwarfism. Huh? And I will push mate for the electorate.
Some have criticized these remarks made by Housing Minister Richard Frederick during his talk show Can I Help You, which were directed at opposition Senator Dominic Fede. The comments have been deemed insensitive to those with disabilities. During a pre-cabinet press briefing on Monday, Jeremiah Norbert, the Minister for Persons with Disabilities, was asked about Frederick's comments. In response, Norbert said that he did not hear the remarks. However, he strongly opposed any form of ridicule related to disabilities.
I cannot speak about the veracity of what it is that you're saying. However, I've always taken a position where I denounce any kind of fun making about disability, and disability is a very sensitive issue. So it doesn't matter who it is, including myself. I take full responsibility for the things that I say and the things that I do. And no way, no day will I ever promote or agree with any individual, no matter who the person is. I'm not even going to think of who made the comment. It doesn't matter if it is the Honorable Prime Minister, it doesn't matter if it's the leader, it doesn't matter who it is. It's just that the position is that we never ridicule any individual, especially if we believe they have a disability, and we never even try to use disability terminology to make a mockery of absolutely anybody in this country.
Norbert made it clear that this stance was not only his personal belief, but also the position of his ministry, adding that he would stand by it.
If anybody makes such a comment, I think they should be able to come and say, now, there are some comments that we just don't make and we have to denounce it, and that is my position on that matter.
Frederick and Fede have been publicly feuding on various talk shows over the past few days, with Fede making several accusations against Frederick and vice versa. For the DBS News World, Zaid Romulus reporting.
You know, from time to time, when you come across things that appear to be preponderous and absurd and ridiculous and unacceptable, you should laugh and giggle and so on. You know, to hear our Minister with Responsibility for Persons with Disabilities say, I can't vouch for the veracity of what you're saying, but they could never vouch for the veracity of what I said. The Prime Minister does it, and now we heard from the Minister with Responsibility for Persons with Disabilities. Now, when he was handed that portfolio, celebratory atmosphere was created. Oh, it's the first time we have this. But now he cannot speak with authority. Can't vouch for the veracity of what you said. In social media, WhatsApp messages, videos all over the place. He can't vouch for the veracity. Okay. Let us listen now to this exchange between my guest on Wednesday's News Make Alive, Joshua Harrow, and a caller to the broadcast.
Mr. Harrow, I see.
And that's because of statements that were made earlier or previously by Mr. Harrow.
Mr. Harrow, I see you speak very well.
Thank you, caller.
But I caught a couple deficiencies in your presentation tonight. I'm going to point out to you and ask you a personal question. You speak about Rush very highly, and you said you'd aside in case he make a mistake to straighten him out or something. And then you mentioned him. You spoke very well of him, but you spoke about the person that he's going up against, which is, and you refer to him as El Guapo. So I'm thinking, if you presenting yourself to be an example, and you're saying you're going to straighten out somebody, the El Guapo you mentioned in there, he's a minister in government, and he has a position. If you were in a position that was somebody was talking about you just like you're doing now, would you like the person to call you El Guapo? He's a minister and he has a name. Don't you think that was improper?
Caller, do you also not think improper that that same candidate has reached on the mother of that candidate, potential candidate?
That's not what I'm talking about, sir. I'm talking about just like Mr.
Caller,
hold on, caller. But he's answering you. Allow him to answer.
You have to be fair, because you cannot do what you're doing and you don't expect the response back. If you are a sitting minister, you should not be pointing out people's personally on your show. You should not be going after people's families. You should not be harassing people in that manner. So if you see that response happening, well, to every action comes an opposite and equal reaction, and the reaction is opposite or equal to what he is doing. So I believe that the action is justifiable because he is not acting as a minister. If you are not acting as a minister, you should not be treated as a minister, and it is that simple, caller. Thank you.
No, but what I'm saying, sir, that is out of respect. The man has a name. You understand what I'm saying? And you would like to be addressed regardless of what people may say about you, or if you were on the other side. That doesn't mean I'm supporting the side. But what I'm saying, you come in and the viewers are listening to you, and you want to respect you, and we expect you to come with respect to his position, regardless of what you may think about him. I think that's the right thing to do. So what I'm saying is, you're out of place to be saying, calling a man El Guapo. You know what I'm saying? Right thing to do.
Caller, respect.
Okay. Thank you so much for sharing your point of view, sir.
Earned, not given. You earn respect, and until that member can give respect to everyone, then not everyone is going to respect him. Simple.
Pressure was being put on this guy by certain elements that he should set an example for a 60-year-old minister of government, experienced minister of government. I mean, did you hear what I just said to him?
I heard.
That he must, regardless what a 60-year-old MP of much experience may say or do, no matter how egregious, he should rise above that and set an example for the minister. In the first place, I've asked before, those people who appear have shows on television, are they ministers of government? Because if they are, then the government has to account for what they say. Are they just citizens? In which case they're free to talk. Or are they political activists, which I put almost close to the citizen. But if it's there as a minister, that's a different kind of work. And finally, this matter of respecting people because of the office they hold is bullshit. People must be respectable before we call to respect them. They must be respectable as human beings before you respect them. You can't just respect the thing for an office. When you're dealing with the office, you have to show, obviously. But when you're dealing with a man who happens to be a minister of government or anything else, and he obviously makes himself not respectable, how can you call on a young guy of 25 or 10 or 15 to show he's of greater worth and whatever than the minister? And last night, the callers were not saying the minister in question was good, Tim. They were all admitting the minister was less than exemplary. Am I right?
You're correct.
And calling on him to be better than the minister. A 25-year-old inexperienced in government is being told to be an example for a minister of much experience who is behaving in a not respectable fashion. Is that an insult to the intelligence of the host, the intelligence of the young man, and the intelligence to your viewers, Tim?
Contribution made it to the broadcast yesterday. Rick Wayne, of course. Let's take your calls at 452-2979, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. And, of course, we have some comments in the chat room. Let me turn my attention to Amanda. Welcome back, ma'am.
Thank you, Tim. Good afternoon, NewsSpinners. A few comments from earlier. Someone says, the people must talk and the government must act. Another comment says, every day is a love day for me. Another contribution, this contribution by this caller yesterday was 100% on point. A few lines from the commentary, someone says, we live in prisons of our own making that is deep. Another one, we will defend it with mental and verbal gymnastics. This caller is always on point. Kudos to you, sir. Another comment, the guys believe they'd never get caught, so they go around doing as if they see it fit. Another comment, I watched Christmas List and my thoughts: 1, where are the school attendance officers? 2, time to hold parents accountable with penalties for not ensuring that the children are at school. Yes, we are in trouble with a number of social conditions which constitute an assembly line at the end of which we produce lawless, criminally minded individuals.
We have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon, NewsSpin, you're on the air.
Good afternoon, Tim. How you doing?
I'm okay, caller. How about you?
I'm doing great, thank you. Good afternoon, Amanda.
Good afternoon, caller.
Yeah, Tim, I want to say something. St. Lucia has become very bad in politics. When you have a man like Richard Frederick, who's going on national television, calling out people's name and saying they involved in this and they involved in that, and the Prime Minister, who's supposed to be the example for St. Lucians, and I'm saying like St. Lucians are rallying behind those people, you know, clapping and supporting those nonsense that is going on in St. Lucia. It's high time this things come to a stop, because you're supposed to set example for the youth that is coming up. But when you, a minister, who want to portray yourself like you're a big bad wolf, nobody cannot touch you, nobody cannot say anything to you, okay? If was Alan Shasta that was doing those things, everybody would come and slander him. But Richard Frederick, Pierre, and them, they're not doing nothing. Pierre cannot afford to speak to Richard Frederick, because if Pierre cannot stand to Richard and to tell him he needs to stop those nonsense, Pierre needs to resign as Prime Minister. Because too many things are going on in St. Lucia. St. Lucia is not the St. Lucia I knew. Okay? It is taking a downfall. Politics has become from bad to worse. Okay? It has become so bad that even people are afraid to come to St. Lucia. People have spoken to and telling me they were thinking of coming to St. Lucia for vacation and stuff, but when they hear about the crime, the killing, they're telling me they don't want to come there again because they're afraid for their life. People all over are seeing what's going on. And now Jeremiah want to come out and try to sympathize with people. What about all the years that all the people that has been killed? Not one time I see them come out and say something. Because election is so close now, coming closer and closer, you want to come out and say you want to sympathize with people and stuff. And something that I realized yesterday when they give the news, they talk about he come together with the opposition in sympathizing with the family. They only show Jeremiah, but they never show the clip of Alan Chasney. Why is that? Okay. Now, another thing again is that Philip J. Pierre, when Alan Chasney came out and said that how he assists Jeremiah with when he had the accident in helping him to go to Matnik to get better treatment. Okay? I never heard Shasne said he paid bills, he paid this, he paid that for Jeremiah. But I believe that Philip JP had Jeremiah to come and lie to the people, and I'm hoping the people of Miku, where he is representing, okay? I hope they take example, they actually take example from that. Because you cannot have a man who is Minister of Disability, Minister of this, Minister of that, and this gentleman lost both of his legs when he could have assisted the man, okay, to go to Matnik, the same way get a treatment, to go to Matnik to get treatment. Today the man would have been alive if he has done that for the man. But no, they take him to OKEU hospital, and after a few days send him at his home. The same night the man went home, the same night the man died. Okay? So Alana was talking about why didn't Jeremiah take the same opportunity to help this guy? But no, he want to come out and say Alan Shasney lie, Alan Shasney this, Alan Shasney that. Why now he want to come out with receipts and receipts on television? Why is now? Okay? Because these people, they want to fool solutions, and solutions has been fooled by them. And if solutions not open their eye, today or tomorrow is rocks we're going to eat. Okay? We're going to eat stones because the Labour Party wants to silence everybody for them not to speak. But we are a nation, we have freedom of speech, and I don't think that anyone should be silenced by this government, because this government is no good at all. Because if you're a prime minister, you're supposed to stand up and do not come on television and pretend like, everything is okay, making people believe all over the world that St. Lucia is safe. St. Lucia is not safe. St. Lucia is not safe. Look at how they gunned down the young lady, leave 3 children behind. Okay, 3 children behind without a mother. This young lady should have been protected because, look, I'm hearing that the day before her court case, okay, this lady should have been getting protection. All right, she shouldn't get protection. Why is St. Lucians allowing those things to happen? And I've seen St. Lucian running against people, then people are so deceiving, they lie to the nations, and people want to support those people. I cannot support that. Okay, there is no way I'll support these kind of things because that is nonsense. This is nonsense going in St. Lucia there. And St. Lucians, wake up. St. Lucians, wake up, open your eyes and see what is going on. Then people only want to stay in power, but they're only doing things, to keep us to like we are blind, we're not seeing. What secret deal that Emma Hippolyte went overseas and get, and she never speaks about it. You said you get a secret deal. You never declare. You never tell the nation what secret deal you get. What secret deal? And people in Soufrière are supposed to be ashamed of themselves to go and take out the man that was doing so much for Soufrière, giving you all a nice bus terminal, market, were willing to give you all a brand new hospital, have a new cricket grounds been started. Okay, actually it wasn't started, but they were singing the grounds and stuff, preparing the place for the cricket ground to be taking place. All right, you are going to vote it out. You are going to vote that out. The hospital in Beaufort, the Central Hospital, is not for Alan Shasney. It is for St. Lucians. You are going to vote against it. Right now, they go back to the same old building where you are getting a brand new hospital, modernized building hospital. You all call it a box. All of your St. Lucians join those hooligans calling the hospital a box. Where in the world that you will go and see a hospital with nice design? It's not the what's on the outside, it's what's on the inside. This building just under there right now, and grass is taking over. Right now, the president is speaking. Team, in the building there, if they have not taken out of that right now there should be about a 30-something containers of drywall sheet rock to put the partitions up into that building. All that just there, okay? Because I work there and I can tell you, there is 20 to 30-something containers of drywall inside that building right in the new hospital, just sitting there, okay? And what are they doing about it? Nothing. They want to abandon this building to go to the same old building. Shasney had the plan to build a home port for the cruise ship so that they could come and berth in St. Lucia, whereas Beaufort would get work. They would have built a cruise ship terminal, build hotels, build new roads and stuff for St. Lucia. No. These people come, they stop everything. They stop the airport. They stop the road with the foreign highway to Grosili, from Cassius to Grosili. They stop the hospital. Every project Shasney started, they stop all that. Why did they stop it? This is not for Shasney, this is for the country.
Okay, caller, I have to stop you.
The country.
Thank you. I have to stop you. Thank you so much for calling. Appreciate your contribution, sir. What's happening in the chat room, Amanda?
Someone says St. Lucia is just not a good place to be anymore or at this time in my life. My daughter is asking me to go to St. Lucia in the summer and I don't know if it's a good idea for her at this time. Another comment, hoping it would impact upon us the importance of collectively fighting crime and not playing politics with it. Someone says, Tim, this commentary is so true. We are breeding and grooming monsters in St. Lucia by our actions, hypocrisy in actions, and everything that we have been doing so far. The people in this place accept no wrongs and have no moral code, so they kill and destroy everything. We have a large group of youth that don't want to go to school or have discipline involved in gangs. They say there is a peace treaty, but these very young people are now tagged robbing people left and right, center in town. Too many parents have their children liming in bars and on blocks with them, inhaling the smoke, enjoying the bar life and dealing in adult stuff to even know or learn how to live life as a child. So things will only get worse if we do not take strong actions and keep tolerating such a mess. Another comment, only ignorance can have anyone believe they can escape karma or natural justice. He will be begging for someone to take his life. Another comment reads, I agree with the death penalty, but by itself, it does not deter crime. We need a prison system that will make criminals cry. We need a police system that is void from corruption and a justice system that only sees justice.
Thank you so much, Amanda, for that update on this whole Jeremiah issue. Yesterday, we also had a contribution that was made by the leader of the parliamentary opposition, Mr. Alan Shasney.
And it points to the fact that Jeremiah is selfish and he's heartless and he's ungrateful for what he obtained. And where he had an opportunity, because he was in cabinet, to have helped Peter James, he decided he was not going to help him. And no one in his constituency should be voting for this man. Not even his mother should be voting for him based on what he did. That is how egregious the action that he's taken. And I feel very sorry for all the persons that put their faith in Jeremiah. And not only did he try to lie his way out of it and to change the topic to being whether in fact I helped or not, well, the fact has been proven. The Prime Minister said, or he said, that the Prime Minister, the current Prime Minister, when he was leader of the opposition, never contacted me. That's a lie. I was in constant contact with the leader of the opposition there.
Just so there from the leader of the opposition and MP for Miku South, Mr. Alan Shasney. Still to come, did he hit it? And also imagine being paid a visit on Valentine's Day. But the visit was paid by 2 cows. This is the most monitored talk show in the world.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Lazarus's Funeral Home is here for you. Lazarus's Private Cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus's Private Cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus's Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. payment plans are available for Toombs. Call us in Vidbutai at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, VA4, 454-6555.
Lucilac is transforming how you move. With our new electric vehicle charging stations, getting a quick and reliable charge is easier than ever. From Rodney Bay to Dennery, Vieux-Fort and Soufriere, we've got you covered. Our cutting-edge network offers both fast and standard charging options. Convenient, efficient, and always ready when you are. Just download the Flash Charge app from Google Play or the Apple App Store, and with a few simple taps, you can set up an account and link it to a credit card. Find a station or scan the QR code to start charging in seconds. Lucilac is powering your journey and driving us toward a cleaner, greener future. Charge ahead with Lucilac's EV stations. Lucilac electric vehicle chargers, powering progress, energizing the future.
This Valentine's, double the love, double the flavor, and double the crunch at KFC. From February 1st to February 14th, get the double crunch offer for just $25. That's 2 crispy strips, 2 pieces of chicken, 1 regular fries, 1 refreshing 16-ounce soda, all packed with love. But wait, there's more. 1 lucky customer will win an all-inclusive weekend for 2 at the Royalton Hotel. To enter, simply purchase the Double the Crunch offer, write your name and number on the receipt, and drop it in the entry box at any of our 5 KFC locations. More love, more flavor, more reasons to celebrate this Valentine's Day. Only at KFC. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
For it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay. Flow is keeping you connected.
Are you tired of going from doctor to doctor, spending time and money, yet still not getting the answers you need? Now, at La Clinique du Corps Diagnostic Center of Excellence, we bring you the latest in medical technology, our state-of-the-art radiation-free full-body MRI. With unmatched accuracy, we can detect illnesses early, giving you the answers you deserve and the treatment you need, saving lives and saving money. No doctor referral needed. Results in just 24 to 48 hours. Plus, a free consultation with a doctor to explain all your results in detail. Don't wait. Take advantage of this special offer and book your full-body MRI at our Cocoville, Rodney Bay, or Castries locations. Call 451-6559 now. La Clinique du Corps. Your health is our priority.
Essie, don't tell me that tire flat again. I just changed that tire.
Wait, what? You just changed that tire?
Well, I bought a used one because you didn't give me enough money.
Oh, I see. Well, you know what? Chivi's Tire Shop only carry brand new quality tires at affordable prices with free installation.
Hey, it seems you're working at Chivi's Tire Shop. How you know all that?
Come on, Brenda. The tire shop down the road from our home in the American Drywall Building.
Oh, yes. I forgot. Well, you know what, Patrick? Let's go there right now. Take your wallet. Let's go.
Chivi's Tire Shop, located at the American Drywall Building, Vic Bouteille. Call or WhatsApp 584-5986. Chivi's Tire Shop. Pay less, drive more.
Taco Thursdays at Senior Snapper from Thursday, 13th February 2025 and every Thursday.
St. Lucia, your Thursdays just got a whole lot better. After work, there's only one place to be. Taco Thursdays at Senor Snapper Seafood Grill and Margarita Bar.
In Cruisley Town, that is Marie Therese Street.
Live DJ, fresh tacos, and island vibes. What more do you need? Tacos for just $10 plus 2-for-1 margaritas and mojitos to keep the good times flowing.
Thursdays is Taco Thursdays at Senor Snapper.
This is the most monitored talk show in the world, and it's called NewsSpin, where we continue with your calls at 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. WhatsApp message: I support Mr. Harrow. You have to earn respect. The person also says, shame on Jeremiah for not supporting the double amputee, particularly as he was one of his supporters. Let's see if we have another WhatsApp message to go through. And somebody says there, asking the question, is there an immigration office in Soufrière? They keep saying that there are cruise ships in Soufrière, but to my knowledge, one must go through immigration before disembarking, which building houses immigration in Soufrière for those cruise ships passengers or cruise ship passengers. And where is the cruise ship port? Since they love posting pictures of the ships on the ocean near Soufrière, I want to see pictures of cruise ship passengers disembarking, walk doing the sport, and go through immigration in Soufrière. Another gimmick, the current government continues to feed off the ignorance of St. Lucians. Let's see if we have another WhatsApp message to go through. I think we have a WhatsApp call. Hello and good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air.
Tim, good day.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Good day, Tim. Yes. Tim, am I learning that the last female homicide victim was she due to go in court the day after death?
Yeah, this has been reported. But I don't know if you can make a correlation between her death and the fact that she had to attend some court hearing. You understand?
Well, yeah, I understand you,
right.
Tim, but it's a possibility.
It is, but I don't think
because let me tell you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Tim, let me tell you something. I know from personal experience, Tim, that those things can happen. It has been tried, and persons have... Tim, there is an orientation process when you are coming before the court. In all matters, there is a little orientation that they give you before coming to the court. I think it doesn't go very far enough, Tim. Because in cases of heinous matters like murder and rape, even burglary, Tim, where persons have identified burglars and they are subsequently detained and there is a trial. Those people, Tim, are the mercy of the system, We have very little victim protection, Tim. And we must not just look at it as an isolated matter, We know the stories. And I'm telling you, based on experience, I know. So don't just look at that as it's an unfortunate situation. It might not just be that. But Tim, that's scary, Knowing that you are waiting on a matter, you are waiting on an outcome in a matter, and you know the matter is coming up. And you cannot even, you're not safe, Tim. It goes back to the issues of the court, the judiciary, Tim. Bail. Who gets bail? Where are they all during the time of bail? How do the police account for? Because there are persons on bail and they have conditions of bail. Are they meeting the conditions, Tim? Are they coming to report? Do the police know where they are? And those are real issues, questions I'm asking you there. If we are going to have a system that we want people to trust, we must be willing to answer those questions, Tim. And those are not for you and me to answer. Mm-hmm. There are people well placed. To deal with those things. All right? That's what I'm going to say for now, Tim.
All right, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your point of view with us. Let me turn my attention to Amanda and what's happening in the chat room.
A few comments from earlier in the chat room. Someone says, Tim, you have every right to call out these women who are being paid from the public's purse. Another comment, two things may be true at once. While we the people need to collectively fight crime, we can't negate the fact that we need elected officials to implement policies that would help in the fight against crime. Another comment, in a society with the outcome of your court hearing could be determined by the depths of one pocket and the connections one has, I would never support the death penalty. I urge you to think again. Another comment, someone says they never heard the comment, typical tactic of peer. A NewsSpinner says here, they all are and will be. We have no witness protection and confidentiality. It is very difficult to distinguish law enforcement and the criminal underworld. Another comment reads, the audacity and hypocrisy of this caller to want to call out this young man, but has said nothing about the classless, vile, disgusting, insulting, hateful, abusive behavior of the 60-year-old government minister. Another comment reads, this is the reason why this country is upside down. Those hypocrites and parasites who should be bold enough and correct the wrongs, but want to correct it when it suits them, based on the other side their bread is buttered. Hypocrisy to the highest degree. I am so elated that this young man gave him the response he deserves.
We have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon to you. NewsSpin, you're on the air.
Yeah, good afternoon, Tim.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you, caller.
All I have to say, right? St. Lucia people will never change their mindset, because they elected a government that have been, the Labour Party, especially government, have been years, have not been doing nothing for the St. Lucian people. And still we had these hacks out there that saying the country is doing good, and they watch the state of the country. Look at the roads in St. Lucia. They're boasting tourism. Who are the beneficiaries from the tourist sector? These are the things St. Lucian have to look for. You know, we had a government that was in power, that was doing everything for St. Lucia. Look at Vieux-Fort. Right now, Vieux-Fort would have been #1 place in St. Lucia. But what? You need a change. A change to better, a change to worse. So that will tell you, it's not just the government, it's the small mindset of the people. The people mindset is very small. And that's my contribution.
Thank you so much for sharing it with us, sir. We have another call online via WhatsApp. Good afternoon to you. You are on the air.
Tim.
Yes, Rick. Good afternoon to you.
I can't make up my mind who has any responsibility for anything in this country. You know? We as journalists are supposed to bring things before the public, and the public is supposed to take it from there. I listening, Tim, you have to excuse me. I'm normally quick with the flow and articulate. I like to think, but boy, I'm losing it. I'm looking through bound volumes of the Star for 2006, and I came across an article that had to do with another woman murdered, another march. Was basically the headline. And in that article, I must have mentioned about 12 women who had been killed, all in horrendous circumstances. Ansel Ray, Sufre, a bunch of them. And there were those marches, you know. One of the more famous ones was the one for Belinda, which is not her name.
Giselle Georges? Oh, Valerie Lord, okay.
Now, let us be clear that the march did not stand out, was not organized in protest about crime. It was in protest against how it was perceived the trial had been conducted. Because a lot of people probably don't know that the guy who was charged with the rape and murder of Valerie Lord, Titus, what's his name? Reynolds.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, Titus Reynolds, yeah.
A criminal. Titus Reynolds. That the court did not find him guilty, you know. There was some technical whatever, and the guy was going to walk. His lawyer, out of good conscience, went to the DPP, Errol Walker, and said to him, because everybody knew the guy was guilty, the evidence was all there, it was just technicalities that was screwed up.
His lawyer is deceased now, right?
Pardon?
His lawyer is deceased.
His lawyer is deceased.
Right, okay.
And his lawyer went to the DPP, who was also deceased, and pointed out that you cannot let this guy walk. And the guy also had, I think, an attempted murder or some other case or another rape pending. So on the basis of that, they returned him to incarceration, right?
Mm-hmm.
And soon after that, maybe a couple of weeks, he, quote unquote, escaped. And then we heard he'd been shot by police who came across him. The police who arrested him, and whatever reason, but he was bullet riddled. But I have my own very personal story of what really happened to him so many years ago. Because the guy was killed near a certain residence, and people at that residence called me while it was going on. But that's for another book. At some other time, I don't choose to go into that. A while ago, Tim, you're quick to point out to a caller that let's not correlate the death of the latest killing of that mother with the fact that she was due in court the next day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We must avoid any correlation. Or
Especially
especially
without, those are possible, but without any evidence, Rick.
Yeah. But you see, evidence is for courts, Tim. Speculation and public perception are perhaps even more important than the courts, because public perception may be that the courts don't work anyway, that our police are inefficient, that our judges are on the take, that the DVPs are crappy, useless. These can be facts, and yet there will be a case and a decision. But the public, the discerning public, will know we do not have a mechanism for justice. I'm not saying, well, that's the case right now anyway, but I'm just trying to point out the matter of natural correlations. If it's raining and your house is leaky and you come and find water, a pool of water on your bed under the leak, even though the sun is shining at the moment you came in, I think you'll make a natural correlation between the rain, the hole in the ceiling, and the pool in your bed. Am I right?
And it could also be, if it's not raining, let's put it this way, if it's not raining, somebody did pour some water on your roof, send some water on your roof, your neighbor, somebody you have some difficulty with. But in this particular case, Rick, there isn't anything that says categorically beyond the shadow of a doubt that she was killed primarily because she had to go to court. She had to go to court the following day.
Tim, don't miss my point, because we have a strange society.
No, I'm just saying, Rick. I'm just saying, let's put ourselves in the shoes of the police officers who are investigating. Hold on. You have to take everything into consideration as opposed to just focusing on one particular possibility, Rick. All right.
That is for another show, because we are dealing here with being careful.
It's not being careful. No. It's not being careful. The police will have to take everything into consideration during the course of their investigation, not only one particular possibility, Rick. That's my point.
Tim, I'm not talking about the police. I am talking about public, you, me, perception, knowing everything that's going on. I'm not talking about court case. I'm not talking about police, because the police know how to do their work, how to present their case, what to say in court, what not. I'm talking to you about a woman is, first of all, raped. It's over a year, almost 2 years.
About that.
Waiting for trial. And then the woman gets brutally murdered. And we've heard the details, how her gun didn't go off and all that. It was a determined effort to kill her. And 4 shots into her body. That is a determined effort to kill that woman.
But there are many unknowns, Rick. There are many unknowns as well.
But Tim, the unknowns don't prevent us from accepting what's before us. And what is before us, we have a messed up court justice system. Takes years for cases to come up. We have a system where our police is next to no police. We have a DPP who is a recluse, who when the police accuse him of lying, he does not defend himself. We have everything wrong with our justice system. So we have every right to speak from public perception and don't put ourselves as policemen and magistrates and whatnot who operate by certain laws of evidence and whatever. I am talking what comes out of this is public perception, sometimes wrong. But the public must think and come to its own conclusions and tell the authorities what they are thinking, what their perception is, and it is the job of the authorities to straighten out our assumptions on whatever. But I want people to come to their own conclusions in the circumstances we're living in and come into the conclusion they ain't breaking no law. I want to point out also, Tim, that Belinda Joseph had a number of cases of sexual abuse pending at the time of her death. Okay? Pending at the time of her death. This woman, mother of 3, over a year, pending, and on the eve, she gets sick, and you don't, people, I encourage people to put it together. 1 and 1 does not make 8. I encourage them. That will have no impact on any court case or whatever. There's no impact. But people will be moved to demand action. Now, there's a thing in this country now, because people defend their party, and the minute a person is dead, now, it has got to that point now, even before the news comes out, you will hear street and live discussions. I hope they don't blame the government. I hope they don't blame people. And they're blaming that and blaming that. Well, Pip, let us forget the word blame. Who is responsible for our safekeeping, protecting our lives, and so on? Who is number one responsible for that?
Our Prime Minister, who also happens to be Minister of Finance, who is also the Minister with responsibility for national security. One individual.
I would, at the risk of your caller saying, this is friend, I would go so far as to say, governments are responsible for the safety, the protection, the security of our country, which is number one, our lives. Governments. And the reason I say that is, in this government, for example, you have a woman who, when it's convenient, loves to talk about her gender. One of the things that I expect them to prove the gender, because now, you know how it is with gender and sex nowadays, right? So,
you never
and
sure.
Politicians being what they are. I would not be surprised if some minister in charge of our well-being lifts her close to assure us she's a woman, Because when it's convenient, they talk about being a woman, and the woman this, and the woman and that. Murder is murder. Have you heard anything from that Home Affairs Minister?
She's no longer Home Affairs Minister.
What is she?
She's gender relations.
Same thing.
Yeah. So
have you heard anything from her about women?
No, I haven't.
In trouble?
No, I haven't.
Huh?
No.
Okay. So my point about the government is you have the minister in charge of crime prevention, you have home affairs, you have security. So I want to say the whole government, whatever, it's not one, but the Prime Minister has overall responsibility. But our government, our elected governments, swear, all of them, to protect our lives and property as a number one priority. Are we seeing evidence that they are really doing that? And has it ever been the case that just getting some more policemen or putting 2 or 3 more vehicles, has that had any effect at all? Kenny Anthony, I want to repeat, has pointed that out, that none of these things have worked, yet we keep doing it. I was talking to a minister of government recently, and he pointed out that it's not just St. Lucia experiencing this thing. It's happening in all the other islands. And I was moved to tell him there's every good reason why this whole thing is duplicated around the islands. Because they're all dumb and old-fashioned and fooling themselves, and they have a population that likes to drink the Kool-Aid. You're doing the same thing, which is what Kenny Anthony spoke about. If government after government in St. Lucia does the same thing with regard to crime, and if government after government throughout the islands do the same thing in relation to the crime and the violent crime especially, I just talk and talk to it, aren't you expecting the same result regionally as well as locally too?
That is expected.
So I wish we would stop talking about, don't blame the government, hold the government responsible. And then there's the other most important matter. Even if you let up governments for not being blamed, they can't be everywhere at the same time and all the usual cliches, the government is certainly responsible for bringing the killers to justice. What is the excuse now? What is the excuse? You must not be blamed for the murders. You must not be blamed for the crime. But you have responsibility for our safety and protection. So what are you doing when the crime that is beyond your control occurs? Your courts are in shambles. You're short of judges. You have a case right now going on, pending in Grenada about a judge who was inappropriately given, put on the bench. We have that. I have spoken about my personal views as to why Mario Michel, it's disappointing to me. It's disturbing to me that Mario Michel is Chief Justice. And I've said the reasons why. So all these excuses or even what we should be doing, the marches don't work either. Because I told you I'm looking through 2006 and the list of marches that followed, including the most famous of all, Devon Shaka, Mary Ratcliffe. How many of your listeners even know who Mary Ratcliffe is, Tim? I implore you to have a special show, Tim, somehow, a 2-hour show, and bring on a couple of people in the know to talk about the disease, the silent killer, the invisible killer, the murderous cases I'm talking about, and what our various governments have done significantly to, in any way, ameliorate those murder numbers. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And that, I'm sure, would be very enlightening. This is the most monitored talk show in the world. Imagine being visited on Valentine's Day by 2 cows. Let's listen to Mr. Lionel Ellis. It was just only recently that he complained about the presence of 2 cows on his lawn. Well, he got another visit in the wee hours of today.
Good morning. It is now 5 minutes past 1 in the morning. Today, February the 14th, Valentine's Day. And I would like to let you know, this is one of the cows in the area causing the dogs to bark. Now, the cow is right outside my gate. And the dogs are barking, and I don't think it's the only cow around the neighborhood. 1 o'clock in the morning, there are 2 cows outside my gate. Although we spoke to the gentleman, Mr. Clinton, here are the 2 cows again, roaming the neighborhood. The dogs are here barking 1 o'clock in the morning. Waking up the neighborhood. I don't know why outside my gate. There are 2 cows outside my gate. I'm sending this video to Mr. Clinton and to Timothy Poleon. This is right between right outside my gate between the two homes in Sunny Acres. 1 o'clock in the morning. You think that is fair? You think that is nice? Why are they coming outside in this area here, causing the dogs to bark? I'm sending this to Clinton. I'm sending this to the press. After the warning, the cows are still not tied. This is not right, disturbing the tranquility of the night. I don't know why they come in this area and why the cows are not tied where they belong. I'm letting you see it for yourself. This is 1 o'clock in the morning. And I'm awakened by dogs barking outside the house. And the two cows are there today, Valentine's Day, 1 o'clock in the morning. Once again, I'm appealing to Mr. Clinton to tie his cows on his property and don't let them roam around in the area disturbing the peace. It's not right, Mr. Clinton. Please get your cows tied. Thank you.
There is only one option when they arrive. Our services will make the dead look alive. With Bouteille and Beaufort accessibility. Remember, we have the only private cemetery. No one can match our prices from coffins to corsage. Personalized service you get when Lazarus takes charge. Quality service, no package to make your wallet bleed. Lazarus is your true friend in your time of need.
Lucelec is transforming how you move. With our new electric vehicle charging stations, getting a quick and reliable charge is easier than ever. From Rodney Bay to Dennery, Vieux-Fort and Soufriere, we've got you covered. Our cutting-edge network offers both fast and standard charging options. Convenient, efficient, and always ready when you are. Just download the Flash Charge app from Google Play or the Apple App Store, and with a few simple taps, you can set up an account and link it to a credit card. Find a station or scan the QR code to start charging in seconds. Lucelec is powering your journey and driving us toward a cleaner, greener future. Charge ahead with Lucelec's EV stations. Lucelec electric vehicle chargers, powering progress, energizing the future.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Here's a fun fact. In just 29 seconds, you can say goodbye to paper bills forever. Seriously, in 29 seconds. That's less time than this ad. Head over to discoverflow.co or visit us in-store and update your contact information now. By October 1st, your bills will be digital, easy to access, secure, and hassle-free. So what are you waiting for? This ad still has 2 seconds left, and you could have already gone paperless.
St. Lucia, it's time to celebrate 46 years of independence with a big deal from KFC. Introducing the KFC Independence Big Box, packed with all your favorites for just $46. You get 5 delicious and dipped wings with 1 sauce, 1 zinger or big crunch sandwich, 2 pieces of chicken, 2 regular fries, and 2 refreshing 16-ounce sodas. Perfect for sharing or keeping all to yourself, because independence is all about choice. But hurry, This big deal is only available from February 1st to February 28th. Get your Independence Big Box today, only at KFC. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Are you tired of going from doctor to doctor, spending time and money, yet still not getting the answers you need? Now, at La Clinique du Corps Diagnostic Center of Excellence, we bring you the latest in medical technology, our state-of-the-art radiation-free full-body MRI. With unmatched accuracy, we can detect illnesses early, giving you the answers you deserve and the treatment you need, saving lives and saving money. No doctor referral needed. Results in just 24 to 48 hours. Plus, a free consultation with a doctor to explain all your results in detail. Don't wait. Take advantage of this special offer and book your full body MRI at our Cocoville, Rodney Bay, or Castries locations. Call 451-6559 now. La Clinique du Corps. Your health is our priority.
Pasta one day, she bowling like sobers and I couldn't get the ball play. She start with in and out swingers that puzzle me. Every time that I make a stroke, I missing she bowl it slow, I on my toe to blister she. But when I play for a break, it was googly. She tell me, hit it, how you missing so? You used to brag before. If you could handle me, hit it and let me see. Hit it in the corner, hit it in the cover, hit it in mid-wicket. Hit it, hit it, hit it. Position and waiting for the ball to come. But when Jill deliver, she make me look like a dum-dum. She take the pace off, I went forward much too fast. I slip up and I tumble down all in the grass. She laugh and tell me, get up man and try once more, to see if you could hit my ball to make a score. She tell me, hit it, how you missing so? You used to brag before. If you could handle me, hit it and let me see. Hit it in the corner, hit it in the cover, hit it in mid-wicket. Hit it, hit it, hit it. My wicket had to fall, but she make a mistake and I start attacking the ball. She see I was in trouble, so she cool, she hand and introduce a ball they call the Chinaman. When she do that, I take my bat and pace she tell, but I will never forget how I almost fail when she tell me, hit it, how you missing so? You used to brag before. If you could handle me, hit it and let me see. Hit it in the corner, hit it in the cover, hit it in mid-wicket. Hit it, hit it, hit it.
Anthony Carter, the mighty Gabi, saying that he decided to hit the ball. Some balls you just must leave alone, allow it to go to the keeper. Anyway, on a serious note, veteran entertainer Anthony the Mighty Gabi Carter, 76, was released on $10,000 bail after appearing in the number 1 District A Magistrates Court on a rape charge, and that is in Barbados. Carter appeared before Chief Magistrate Ian Weeks and was not required to plead to the charge of having sexual intercourse with a female without her consent, or was reckless as to whether she consented between July the 17th of 2023 and September the 8th of that same year. The cultural ambassador was represented by attorney Leslie Cargill-Straker in association with King's Counsel Andrew Pilgrim. He returns to court on July 14th. Once again, the mighty Gabby, 76, was released on $10,000 bail today after appearing in the number 1 District A Magistrates Court in Barbados on a rape charge. What's happening in the chat room? Turn my attention now to Amanda King.
A few comments. Someone says, Mr. Clinton is right because you all refuse to make an example with the cows. Someone says, these cows looking for their Valentine's boyfriend. Another comment, this is a kind of clown country we live in. Oh, sorry, I meant cow town we live in. Like the Creole saying goes, Boog bef kawiti asetlisi. A commentary from Peter Chico earlier on in the chat room. He says, team, we all must admit that the country is in a bad place. Just take a look at the Canals project and we will see how the government thinks about us. We mean nothing to them, so do not think you are placed first. Another comment, St. Lucia needs prayers. We need to be delivered from the church of the devil, from the clutch of the devil. Another comment, we must prioritize standing up for women and safeguarding them against atrocities such as rape, murder, and discrimination in the workplace. Are we as women bold enough to raise our voices for women's rights and gender equality? As promoted by the UN, every woman and girl is entitled to a life free from violence and discrimination. It's imperative that we break the cycle of violence, support survivors, and advocate for economic inclusion and equal rights for women and girls everywhere. We continue to offer condolence to Alana's family. Does condolence save anyone from being killed? Governments must be held accountable for their commitments to gender equality. We demand transparency and funding to facilitate safety, resilience, and well-being for women and girls. Another comment from earlier reads, there is immigration and customs presence in Soufrière. It's been established for years. Vessels can also clear in Castries and proceed with permission to anywhere around the island. Another comment, Jeremiah is just like his PM. He said he didn't hear what Richard said. They never hear, they never see, they do not know. Another comment, boasting tourism numbers, but the tourism product is so poor. In example, nasty Castries, poor roads, etc. Someone says, justice is supposed to be blind, but in St. Lucia, justice is selective. And the commentary reads, that's why we elect a government in order for them to do what we the citizens cannot do. Things like enforcing the law and order in the country, better healthcare and education, etc., etc. We elect a government and we are paying this government. So why can't we blame the government that we elected to do a job on behalf of the people of our country? That's it for
Thank you so much for that update, Amanda. Let me turn my attention now to a WhatsApp message. Tim, in a society like ours, where the witness protection program is so grossly underfunded and weak, why pray tell our almost all offenses bailable? Why all our almost offenses are bailable? Tim, my condolences to the young mother who has a matter in the court but lost her life, possibly allegedly to eliminate her as the complainant. Do you know the number of people who have been murdered here because they are victims or witnesses in court cases, especially high court matters? Ask the DPP and he will tell you. To me, if we cannot establish the safety of people who are witnesses, then find another way to solve crime without relying on eyewitness testimony. Or if that's not possible, then place the due value on the life of state witnesses. We have a final call. It's actually Mr. Lionel Ellis. Maybe he has an update for us. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Ellis.
Yeah, thank you very much, Tim, for playing that clip. But it's not really about the cows I'm calling at this time. I really want to extend the condolences to Alana's family and friends. But I'm just shocked to know that there was a matter of black lives. And does black lives only matter when it's your son or it's somebody in the States? I thought I would hear from Alison Jean and some of the ladies in Parliament, because this is a serious matter where a young lady of 27 years old being shot down. I have daughters, and I really sympathize with the family because I wouldn't like that to happen to my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
But it just shows the state of where St. Lucia is right now. Nothing is being cared about for the people of St. Lucia, whether it's the cows roaming the streets, whether it's human life that is being slaughtered on the streets of St. Lucia. And where are the officials in government? Where is the lady whose son was shot and she had everybody sympathizing with her and not even a comment to the radio station? Because that young lady had a mother too. That young lady had children. And when you see these ladies in Parliament say nothing, particularly Alison Jeux and her family, who had St. Lucia mourning for them, to think that she is now mute and doesn't have the gall to at least come on and let her voice be heard. So black lives only matter when it's your problem. And so is the cows. It's only when somebody in your family get killed on the street, you will get out and speak about those cows. All of those people who dodging cows and near misses must understand they must come to a stop to this nonsense. And I appeal to the gentleman to take care of his cows on the street, because it might be one of your family that is driving one night and hit a black cow on the road. It seems like I'll be tormented continuously, but anytime it happens, Tim, I will send the videos to you and let the public know, because I believe enough is enough. I've warned the owner, and I intend doing something about those cows once and for all. Enough is enough, Tim. Thank you very much.
Whenever you do anything, don't forget, I need some beef. Okay, a couple pounds will do. Whatever you do. All right.
I'll send them to Wendy's in the States, because the two ladies asked the question, "Where is the beef?"
Yeah, but
I will send it to
I need at least 10 pounds.
I have informed the police, and I'm asking every policeman to understand that it's not only when your light's not working, not when your seatbelt is not on, whether you're not parked on the double line, that they can write tickets. That the owner of those cows should get tickets because he's breaking the law. His cows must be tied. I have spoken to Mr. Clinton. I'm begging any cow owner, because it's dangerous. People have got killed, and I'm very passionate about this. When I take on a job, I try to do it well. We cannot allow cows to roam the highways and the byways and the communities like that in St. Lucia. Enough is enough. We're in the 21st century. Thank you, Tim.
All right, thank you so much for calling. Finally, our NewsSpin news of the day. The NewsSpin news of the day reads: sanctions intensifying, leaving millions of barrels of Iranian oil floating at sea. Sanctions intensify, leaving millions of barrels of Iranian oil floating at sea. That's the broadcast for today and this week. Thank you so much for watching and listening to another edition of the world's most monitored talk show, NewsSpin. Goodbye.